Yo, what is up, YouTube? It is your boy Joe Barber, and it's about 8 o'clock, 8 something. It's the 6th of October, and just finishing my workout. Really trying to get into shape. I feel like this is the part of my life where God's telling me to regroup, not only like mentally, spiritually, but physically. I want to see how fit I can get and how I function, and if I'm capable of pushing past my limits in that sense, because I've never been one to work out like that. Like, I think the best shape that I've been in my life was like probably 2007. I was doing the P90X thing, and I was still young, still had a lot of energy, was able to do a lot of things. I never really had guidance. I never had like no one to teach me how to work out, and how do you work out your legs, how do you work out your back, how do you work out your chest, how do you work out shoulders, how to eat better, how to maintain your weight, all that stuff. The reason I was in real good shape most of my life was because I played basketball every day. I would play basketball, man, I'm telling you, like at least 5 to 6 hours a day. At one point in my life, it just was like that, especially on Sundays. We used to play ball in the morning, and then when the sun was up burning everything, we would be inside. Right around 5 o'clock, we would go outside, and from 5 to 10, sometimes 11 o'clock at night, we would play basketball, like full court games, like back to back. I was still eating crap, drinking soda, doing all that. So the reason I'm putting this video together is because I want anybody out there that is trying to achieve anything in life, anything that you're trying to do. You're trying to be a better barber, you're trying to be a better owner, you're trying to be a better leader, you're trying to be a better father. You're gonna have to put yourself in situations where you test your mind, because I'll tell you what, man, the things that I've overcome in my life, I've overcome a lot of obstacles. And I went from having this mentality of why me to, instead of thinking like a victim, I went and started thinking like, man, I need to be capable of handling this, because it's elevating me and it's making my skin thicker to handle whatever's going to come in the future. And at one point I was asking God why. I was like, man, why, God? Why do things keep happening to me? But everything that happens to me is really happening for me. And I started looking at the good in it and not focusing on the bad. Even my barbershop, I've been close to losing my shop and just wanting to close it down. I always wonder why I don't attract the right barbers to work at my shop. And what I mean by that, I mean like barbers that just get it. Barbers that just want to work and just say, you know what, Mr. Joe, I just need a place to cut hair. I want to hustle, I want to push. And a lot of times I don't attract those kind of people. And then, that question arises in my mind, like, God, why do I keep getting these broken barbers that don't understand that it takes a lot of discipline, it takes a lot of customer service, it takes a lot of putting yourself out there. And instead of waiting for customers to come to you, you got to find a way to get them to come, for you to attract them. You got to get them to come to you instead of just waiting for them to come. You got to offer something, and it's the mentality of find the problem and be the solution to that problem. And that's the mentality that I want a lot of these barbers to have. But my thing was, I don't do commission at my shop right now. And I would be like, dude, y'all are paying booth rent. Y'all are commission based. Y'all are not commission based. Y'all are self-contracted. And I would always paint the picture of like, this is the mall, bro. You can't be mad at Macy's because Foot Locker's doing well, or you can't be mad at Foot Action because, Foot Locker's doing well or Foot Action's doing well, whatever. I'm like, every booth that y'all rent, that's on y'all to get it popping. If your chair is slow, there's something you're doing or not doing that's hurting you. And I would try to teach them, but I don't get money off of teaching them. And it's hard for me to pour out into every barber. It's hard for me to pour out into my customers. It's hard for me to pour out into my family. It's hard for me to pour out into my dogs and into myself. So I had to make a decision, and I was like, bro, I'm going to drive myself crazy trying to, guide these. And then when I did make the decision to guide somebody, I built them up, helped them, put a lot of time into them. And then they got up and left and went to another shop and said, oh man, I have a better opportunity over here. And I'm like, bro, you came to me with nothing. You came to me with no skill, no clientele, nothing. And you had the desire. So I helped that person, and then there's no loyalty. So it's like I had to accept it. And so that's the thing for me, that I got to a point where I was like, you know what? If I want to get paid to build people up, I need to open a school. So that's the route that I went. But at the same time, I know that there's going to be a lot of different personalities, a lot of different characters that are going to come to my school. So I think this is the part where God's just getting me prepared. Like, be physically fit, be mentally prepared, be spiritually prepared. And I meditate in the mornings. You know, I do my workouts. I shoot around, just because my my legs are bad, bro. And it's probably all those years playing on concrete, but I need to work out my legs more. But I'm more focused on my upper body, my core, my back. I'm trying to work that stuff out here at home, and then go to my gym. I have a gym membership too, but I need to work out my legs there. And then my treadmill started tripping, so I got to fix that. But anyway, this message is to anybody that's trying to be great at something, man. You have to mentally, when that pain comes in, or that urge to want to quit, you got to figure out where you stand. And I posted today on my Facebook, it's like, sometimes when you get to that point where you want to give up, you got to think of the reasons that you got to keep pushing. You got your family, you got your people that love you, that are pushing for you too. Like, you got to get over that hump. I promise you, on the other side of that is just such a fulfilling feeling that you're just like, man, I didn't think I can do it. But mentally, bro, your body's going to tell you no, but it's in your mind that you got to trick yourself, man, and to get over that hump. And hopefully you do that, man. Hopefully this message reaches the right people, because in life, man, you sometimes need, people to help, and God will speak to you through people. God will speak through you through music, through animals, through whatever, man, whatever whatever you like, whatever it is that you do, God will speak to you through that. And make time to speak to God, man. I'll tell you that right now. I make time to speak to God every morning that I wake up. I'm just grateful that I'm breathing. That's the first thing that I'm grateful. Every time I open my eyes, I'm just, you know what? Thank you, God, for allowing me to be alive. And then it's like, all right, bro, what are we doing today? What are we making happen today? And I didn't want to work out today, bro. I did not want to work out. My body's like, hey, we need a rest. And I'm like, nah, dog, we got to keep pushing. So that's what would happen. So hopefully this message reaches the right people. But regardless of your situation and where you're at in life, just keep pushing, man, and keep finding a way to get through. And I promise you, man, God's going to meet you where you're at. All right, man, y'all stay blessed and y'all stay faded.